Hi boys and girls, it's Lynn from SheNANNAgans. Welcome to Storytime. Thanks for joining me today. Now the book I'm going to read is called Hairy Maclary by Linley Dodd, and it's a story about a dog called Hairy Maclary. Can you see him? He's just there. So he's black and he's a bit on the shaggy side, isn't he? Have you got a dog? I've got a dog. Her name's Portia. And she's white and fluffy. Dogs are fun to have in the family, aren't they? So let's find out what happens to Hairy Maclary and his other friends. All right, here we go. Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. Out of the gate and off for a walk went Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. There he goes for a walk. And there's some rhyming words in this. So hairy rhymes with dairy. So have a listen, you might hear some other words. And Hercules Morse as big as a horse. He's a big dog, isn't he? Have you got a dog like that? He's bigger than my dog. With Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. Bottomly pots covered in spots. There's bottomly pots. And Hercules Morse as big as a horse. And Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. I think he's having a sniff in the bushes. Does your dog do that? Mine does. My dog sniffs everything. Muffin Maclay like a bundle of hay. Now this is what my dog looks like. White and shaggy. Bottomly pots covered in spots. Hercules Morse as big as a horse. And Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. Bits of Maloney, all skinny and bony. There's Bits of Maloney. Muffin Maclay like a bundle of hay. Bottomly pots covered in spots. Hercules Morse as big as a horse. And Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. I think he's looking in the bin. Maybe there's some good smells in there. Schnitzel von Crumb with a very low tum. There's Schnitzel von Crumb. That's a dachshund. So some people call them a sausage dog because they look a bit like a sausage because they're very long. Bits of Maloney, all skinny and bony. Muffin Maclay like a bundle of hay. Bottomly pots covered in spots. Hercules Morse as big as a horse. Wonder where they're going. Where do you think? Let's see. And Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. With tails in the air, they trotted on down, past the shops and the park, to the far end of town. They sniffed at the smells, and they snooped at each door. When suddenly, out of the shadows, they saw... Wonder what it'll be. Scarface Claw, the toughest Tom in town. Whoa. Yow, said Scarface Claw. Oh, that's enough to scare them, isn't it? That scare you? Off with a yowl, a wail and a howl, a scatter of paws and a clatter of claws went Schnitzel von Crumb with a very low tum. Bits of Maloney, all skinny and bony. Muffin Maclay like a bundle of hay. Bottomly pots covered in spots. Hercules Morse as big as a horse. Look at them running. think they got a big fright from that cat. and Hairy Maclary from Donaldson's Dairy. Straight back home to bed. Can you see Hairy Maclary peeking out from under the blanket? And that is the end of that story. But I'll have another Hairy Maclary story another day because I've got a few more. So thanks for joining me today. And that was the end, and I'll see you next time. It's story time on SheNANNAgans. Bye.